Hey, should be a good contest. Rochester, the Rockets at the plate, take on the West Rutland Golden Horde. Sarah Walczyk in the circle and the pitch on the way. We'll get this first game of a doubleheader underway. Tried to bunt, it was missed. It'll be strike one. However, I mentioned Walczyk. Let's get her battery partner out there. Emily Sumner is the catcher. Meg Ricky's at first. Hillary Hunt is at second base. Katie Lincoln, of course, is the shortstop. Leah Garrick getting the start at third. That's bunted up in the air. Walczyk hustling. It's in fair play. She's got to make the scoop down and be safe. Just beat it out. And that was Miranda Shepard, the batter. So I was a little late in getting her name up there, but she got a bunt single. Now bring up LaBeija, Anna LaBeija. So with that runner on first base, I think you're going to see Rochester be very aggressive on the bases. There's a bunt attempt there. They're going to small ball her over, and I'm waiting. It stayed in play. They're going to run to third base, and they got her. That's aggressive. That's aggressive. They go to Milk. Milk will make the call, so they'll cut down the lead runner. So back-to-back bunts. And you know what happened to that? They tried to let the ball go out of play, and it stayed in bounds or in play. So one out, one on, and Bennett McFeatress up. She's going to be the pitcher for Rochester. And you know what's really freaky about today? It's about 75 degrees out, brilliant sunshine, and it's raining. I can't figure out where. There's nothing but blue sky over my head, and it's raining. And of course, because when I got here and the weather was beautiful, I didn't bring any rain gear. So they'll fix the bag at third base who came up with the runner, and we'll come back. We'll have the next batter up. They've got the bag at third base re-anchored. There's the first full swing at a pitch from Walczyk. Will be fouled back. So the Rochester Rockets and West Rutland Golden Horde in the first game of a doubleheader. I'll only be here for game number one, unfortunately. And that'll be swung on, missed. Might have been foul tip, strike called. Runner stays at first base. That's LaBeija down at first. And Bennett McFeatress at the plate. Megan Pratt is the on-deck batter. They'll whip the throw down and got her! Oh, they picked her off. So a couple base running errors by Rochester. Cost a couple runners here, and I don't know if you want to call that was a base running error. But that play going to third base where they got the lead runner Shepard out, that really wasn't a base running error. That was just being aggressive and West Rutland executing it to get the out very well. So 2 outs, nobody on to McFeatress. So Rochester, in this first inning, I like their style of play. Oh, that's hit deep. That's going to be over the head of everybody. It's going to roll. And how important are those base runners being thrown out now? As McFeatress will end up with a long double to left field. It was a towering shot. And now Megan Pratt, the cleanup batter, playing center field. Chance to drive in the game's first run. So McFeatress got around that pitch from Walczyk and really gave it quite a ride. I don't think I ever set the West Rutland outfield. Kayleen Eddings is number 17. She's in left field. Center fielder is Brooke Griswold, and Emily Johnson is the right fielder. And a couple key things for West Rutland is have control in the circle. Don't issue tons of walks. A lot of walks, I've heard of in the past. And when the ball's put into play, make the play. Well, that's high. That's Lincoln, and she seems to be settling underneath it. She'll make the grab. So Rochester with a couple, well, actually with 3 base runners, come up with no runs. We'll go to the bottom of the first scoreless on Munger Vision. Rutland, their order looks like this. Hillary Hunt due up number 1. Katie Lincoln batting number 2. Emily Summer bats 3. And Brooke Griswold is the cleanup batter. And Bennett McFeatress is in the circle, and she will start things off with strike 1. Stevie Morrow behind the plate. Neil Sanderson doing the bases for the umpires today. Paul Dunches is the head coach for West Rutland. That's going to be strike 2. Let's set that Rochester defense for you. Lauren Pratt is the catcher. We already mentioned Bennett McFeatress is the pitcher. Daly Crowley is at first. Danielle Mishkid is at second. Miranda Shepard is at short. And McKinley is at third. And that's the way to get things started off. They will fan the leadoff batter for the first out of the ballgame for West Rutland. Now Lincoln up. Katie Lincoln at the plate. Now there's the bunt put down, and then McFeatress, they're never going to get her. No, she'll beat it out easy. Lincoln has done that quite often here this year. She can hit the ball well as far as line drives and contact, but Got a lot of speed, and they're playing her deep at the corner, respecting her power, so it's a smart play to lay down a bunt because almost every time she beats it out. She'll have the first hit of the ball game for West Side. Now the catcher, Emily Sumner, batting in the 3 spot. Big swing and a miss, and the runner going there is to throw down. She's going to be there. She'll be there ahead of the throw from Pratt behind the dish. And there are a couple Pratts playing. I mentioned one in center field and one behind home base. Home plate. Emily Sumner up with Griswold on deck. And that could be a gapper. That's going to score the game's first run as Lincoln is going to come in. And you can see her in the background scoring and Sumner in the foreground with the double, RBI double. Tell you what, she got a hold of that and gave it a ride to the opposite field. I'll bring up Brooke Griswold. So they're 2-3-4 batters trying to get the job done here. And she will swing through a fastball, almost a rise ball. And they looked back at the second. Sumner able to creep back in as Mishkit had came in behind her. I don't think I set the outfield yet for Rochester. I'll do it after this pitch from, and just did miss. Again, Sumner dancing around and backed up. They're going to throw her out at third. Yeah, the ball didn't get that far away. More importantly, though, Sumner comes up limping like she jammed her leg or her knee, and that would be a tremendous loss for West Rutland, as they're going to have to attend to her. And man, she went into the bag hard, and usually that's an ankle, but I won't play doctor. We'll let Paul Dunches. Oh, she's going to need some attention, so not a good sign. So on that play, they tried to pick Sumner off from second. The ball went over the second baseman's head, I believe it was Mishkit. Backed up in center field by Megan Pratt. She threw it to McKinley at third. They tagged her out. And going into the slide hard into the bag was Sumner. Now, why the bag didn't pop off its mount and break away, I don't know, but she had to be helped from the field. That did not look good at all. And she's still being assisted on the sideline. Now, that would be a tremendous loss for the bat-wise, but also she anchors that defense from the catcher spot. And that'll be the inning, and West Rutland will pick up 1 run, the double by Emily Sumner. And it looks like Sumner is going to try to get her equipment on and come back out to catch the second inning. Sumner does answer the bell here in the second inning, and I'll tell you what, there's another bunt attempt. They have 3 bunts they've laid down, and they will just get her as it goes over to first base, and they do just nick. I didn't tell you who the batter was. Alicia Waits. So she was out to eliminate that leadoff batter, but 3 of the first 5 batters have tried to bunt their way on. They've been successful a couple times. But Sumner, like I said, she's going to get the Blood and Guts Award for being that injured, but coming out, and she's getting in the crouch behind the plate with a leg injury. And oh, swing and a miss. She took a rip and a half at that, as this is Mishkit, Danielle Mishkit at the plate. We're in the second inning. It's 1-0 West Rutland. I don't know what I touched on my tripod, but I'm just covered from head to toe in grease, which is always a blast, because usually you go home and on everything you touched. If you touched your eyeball, if you touched your nose. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game. Sumner throws it down to first as she dropped the 3rd strike, but Walswick having a 1-2 inning so far, looking to get Daly Crawley out to make it a 1-2-3 inning. That defense stayed the same for West Rutland. Sumner obviously behind the plate, Walswick in the circle. Ricky is at first, Hunt at second, Lincoln at short, Garrick at third. The outfield has Johnson, Griswold, and Eddings in there. That one's going to be high. Sarah Walswick gave up a bunt single in the first, a double, and another bunt in between this, the double and the first bunt. But Rochester trying to get a runner on here with 2 down in the second. It's 1-0 West Rutland. You're watching Munger Vision. PEGTV.com is the website. You can go there, click video on demand. You can watch this game at your leisure on the internet, because we are worldwide. PEG TV is. And that, you can call that. That'll be ball 4. So she will not get the 1-2-3 inning. She will issue her first walk, and Lauren Pratt now, the catcher, coming up. Pratt's number 8 batter in the order. So that means the 9th batter in the top of the order. And there is a strike as it drops right in the old basket for outside corner, called a strike. Walczyk high, and the runner. Remember, they picked a runner off at first base. West Rutland did. That's going to be past Sumner. She'll hobble back. You can see that the leg's still bothering her. Now while the runner get down to second base. That's Daly Crowley down at second. I believe they said a 3-1 count. So Walczyk, who gets spells of wildness, doesn't want to experience that where she gets 3, 4, 5 walks in a row here. You cannot field a walk. Put the ball in play and let your fielders do their stuff. And that's going to be fair ball. That's a base hit. They're going to wave the runner home, and she'll score easily. With 2 outs, she was off on contact, and she'll tie the game up. So it's an RBI single for Lauren Pratt. Now the number 9 hitter, McKinley, up, the third baseman, McKinley. Off into the bat and foul. There is a pretty stiff breeze blowing today. It doesn't bother me as much with the camera shaking because I'm on solid ground. But when I'm on the staging at Proctor, that's when it blows around, makes the camera shake a lot. Well, good pitch. Swung over the top of it for a strike. There are 2 outs in the second for Rochester. They have a runner at first base. And that's going to go 5-hole. It's going to go through the legs of Sumner. And that'll allow Pratt to get down to second. Oh, it's those little fundamental things you got to do so well, you know. Nice scoop by Sumner. And like I said, she's got a cannon of an arm, Sumner does. I'm glad she was able to come back, but she did look a little hobbled trying to chase down that last loose ball. That one inside corner. That's going to be the inning, but we're all tied up at 1 going in the bottom of the second on Munger Vision. So McFetress in the circle. Her team's got her back even at 1. Meg Rickey, Sarah Walczyk, Caitlin Banya all do up here for West Rutland. And girls varsity softball action on Munger Vision. Swing and a miss. Good location at the knee. A lot of pop on the ball. And McFetress has been pretty impressive out there. Actually, she's given up that double to Sumner that scored Lincoln with a bunt single. But for the most part, she's had movement, she's had pop, and she's been around the plate. She's got 2 strikeouts so far, and Ricky down in the count, a couple strikes right now. And she will be the 3rd strikeout victim, 2nd in a row. And that'll get things underway here in the bottom of the second. Walczyk, the pitcher, up now for West Rutland. They are playing a DP, but she's batting for Garrick, the 3rd baseman. I don't think that's playable. It'll be out over the backstop, over the dugout, and out of play. Have the AAU Thunderbird Buggiani basketball tournament coming up this weekend, and it's too late to get you there, but I'm letting you know those games will be on PEGTV. So you'll be able to watch a lot of AAU basketball from the Thunderbirds tournament on PEGTV. And again, that website, www.pegtv.com. Click video on demand for all the instructions, and you can watch games and actually shows and events up the ladder for a swinging strike. But that video on demand's the internet, man, and it's everywhere in the world. So McFetress looking for her 3rd consecutive strikeout. Changed up and got her. The ball was not dropped. That'll be strike 3. That's a great spot to throw the changeup. First time I've seen the changeup today from McFetress, and she came with it up 2 strikes in the count. Now Caitlin Banya, the DP up. Inside hard stuff, little rise ball action, swung on a miss, strike 1. That is 4 strikeouts in the ball game, 3 in a row. And Banya trying to avoid becoming the 3rd out, which would mean a 1-2-3 inning for McFetress and Rochester. Swing and a miss, screwball action, that time down and in. So for the inning, right down the pipe, and she will strike out the side. That's 4 strikeouts in a row, 5 in the ball game. Ball 1. Miranda Shepard is at the plate. 2nd time around. She's top of the order. They get the 2nd look now at Walczyk. Shepard had a bunt single to start the ball game off. She'll watch that one roll in the dirt for ball 2. Remember, Shepard tried to go to third on LaBeja's bunt single and was thrown out, trying to extend it to third base. I like the play though. Oh, that's the center field. Griswold makes the catch. Griswold's pretty darn automatic. When the ball's hit to her, she's like Katie Jablonski used to be. It's almost an automatic out with Griswold out there. So they will retire the leadoff batter here in the third, scheduled for 7. And LaBeja up. She had a bunt single her first time up. That's kind of a crazy top of the first for Rochester. Like I said, they had 3 hits and didn't score. They made a couple misjudgments on the base running, some bad decisions. Well, I don't think it was a bad decision like that. Trying to extend that ball, that run from first to third. I love that. I mean, I eat that up. That's good coaching right there. I like that. Brandy Sargent is the head coach for Rochester, the Rockets. I never did mention it. Very helpful getting my lineup and my pronunciations down for me before the game. I'd like to thank her for that. Beautiful bunt. Walczyk off the mound through the first, and they'll get her. So it's Walczyk to Ricky for out number 2. So Walczyk was in this position last inning with 2 outs, nobody on, and then allowed that 2-out run to come in. McFetress up. She had a double back in the first inning, and it was crushed to left field. That one she'll lay off as it rolled across the plate for ball 1. 2 strikeouts in the ballgame so far for Sarah Walczyk, a senior at West Rutland, wearing number 7 with her back to you. And it's going to be base hit through the glove of Garrick. Now I am unofficial as Hunt will haul in the ball. No, actually, I think it did hit her glove. I'm going to give her an error, but again, I'm unofficial. So again, with 2 down, they cannot get that elusive third out, and now Megan Pratt up. She popped up to Katie Lincoln at shortstop. And that's gone. She'll never get it. Oh, she'll run it down. What a great job. That ball looked to be gone when that was hit, and she tracked it down and made the play. I believe that's Eddings, Kayleen Eddings, number 17. What a good defensive play to end the inning and leave it tied at 1. Now McFetress on the day with 5 strikeouts, looking at Kayleen Eddings, and Eddings made that great defensive play to end the last, well, the top half of the second. She will look at strike 1 as it came in right down the heart of the plate. First time up for Eddings, and then Emily Johnson up, and that'll send them around to the top of the order after Johnson. Can't catch up to the rise ball. There's been good velocity all day on McFetress's pitches. So an 0-2 count to the leadoff batter. Strikeout number 5 in a row, 6 for the ball game, and she'll eliminate the leadoff batter. I have no idea why I faded down. A lot of K's in my book. Emily Johnson up. They might have to start thinking about doing what Rochester did. Small balling, just to get the pitcher out of the rhythm, make the defense make a play, just get the bat on the ball. There's another strike. Now she struck Griswold out to end the first, then struck out the side in the second, and got the leadoff batter here in the third. So she's starting to string together a lot of Ks. Top of the order, Hillary Hunt on deck. She started the ball game off by striking out. So McFetress in control here. Sumner roughed her up for the double that scored Lincoln, who had a bunt single. Came up and out of the strike zone. Might have been an attempt at a changeup, but it missed high, and Johnson will lay off it. And a good eye by Johnson again, laying off the high pitch. 2-2 the count. Steve Morrow calling balls and strikes behind home plate. And McFetress will miss low and run it to a full count. So after being up in the count 0-2, let's see if she'll just come back with the good old fastball down the center of the plate. Challenge Johnson with it. And that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, she got a piece of it, and I believe it would have been a strike if she did not foul it off. So it'll just reset the stage here for a full count to Johnson. Hunt on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 the score. Got her looking. Brought the change up in and struck her out. This is quite an impressive streak of strikeouts. 7 for the ball game, 6 in a row, and Hunt the batter, but nobody on base. So McFetress looking to cruise along here through this third inning, down the pipe for a strike. See right there? She's been around the plate the whole ball game. She's led. I think she's pitched a first pitch in the count. It's been a fastball every batter. And this is your second time through. You got to jump on the first pitch, and I don't think it's a bad idea to. Well, we saw Pulteney do it in the 7th inning here to West Rutland. Just everybody got up and everybody bunted, and that made a lot of stuff happen on the field. That'll be high and outside and off from the glove of the catcher, Lauren Pratt. Daley Crowley's at first base. Danielle Mishkit is at second. Miranda Shepard's the shortstop. Jorah McKinley's at third. Alicia Waite in the outfield, along with Megan Pratt and Anna LaBeisha. And she will walk her after having her now in the streak of 6 struck out in a row. Now Lincoln up. Lincoln scored the game's only run for West Rutland. She got on base with a perfectly executed bunt. And then Sumner came up and doubled her in. Lincoln swinging away that time. There's the throw down, and they got her. She's out. What a tag. What a throw by Pratt, and a tag by Mishkit, and that's the inning. So West Rutland, we're going to stay tied at 1-all in West Side. So into the 4th we go in a 1-1 game, and Alicia Waite, Danielle Mishkit, and Daley Crowley all do up here. West Side's game versus Proctor yesterday rained out, so that's a makeup game for West Rutland. Today's a doubleheader. That's down to Lincoln. She'll charge the ball, come up with a clean, make the throw to first, and get her. Again, that's very important to get that leadoff runner, leadoff batter out. Well, look at the case where they've gotten Walczyk in the last 2 innings. Has retired the first 2 batters and then let runners get on with 2 down. So if there was a runner on before that, there would have been runs. Foul ball down the third baseline, foul. This is Mishkit up. She struck out in the 2nd. She was one of 2 strikeout victims credited to Walczyk. Walczyk lost the grip on that ball and it rolled across home base for a 1-1 count. The outfield shading, well, they're shading right field. I don't know, that leaves at the speed and velocity that she, foul ball, speed and velocity that she pitches, it would seem to me they could pull the ball. There's a gaping hole in left center field. So Mishkit tried to bunt there, fouled it off for a strike. That's going to be the hunt, and 2 down. So again, Walczyk gets the first 2 batters of the inning. Now she's looking for her first 1-2-3 inning. Been a good pace to the game, yeah. Not a lot of walks, not a lot of errors. And Daley Crowley up. She walked and scored back in the 2nd. I mentioned Walczyk and Sumner, the battery, seniors for West Rutland. Garrick stays down on the ball, makes the long throw, and got her! A 1-2-3 inning for West Rutland defensively. We're still knotted at 1 going in the bottom of the 4th. So Bennett McFetress takes her 7 strikeouts into the bottom of the 4th. Lincoln was at the plate when they threw the runner out, trying to steal second. That was Hunt. So Lincoln up there, the new count. See, she'll go to the bunt now with nobody on base. No, she was swinging away, fouled straight back. So Lincoln, Sumner, and Griswold, and all the damage being done by Lincoln and Sumner so far. 1-1 to score. Game zipping right along. Rochester in the field with the blue uniforms, and Lincoln will foul that one straight back. She had a beat on both pitches because they were straight back on the line. Foul balls, horizontals, foul balls. Means you are just a millisecond away from creaming it. So now, will she throw the changeup with an 0-2 count to Lincoln, who's on the fastball? She turned the ball over and is going to drop third strike. They'll throw down and they'll retire Lincoln. So another strikeout for McFetress, and more importantly, she gets the very dangerous Katie Lincoln out from that leadoff spot. Now Sumner had an RBI double at the plate. It was an opposite field double to right center, and she got all of it. So the catcher, senior Emily Sumner, taking a strike right there, inside corner, knee high, great pitch. wind up, and this time she came up high with it. McFetriss's mechanics, very good. She's obviously worked with somebody who's a pitching coach. They'll jam the ball inside. That'll force Sumner to get back out of the way, and it'll be a 2-1 count now. Next week, West Rutland's got a lot of home games, so... Oh, that's going to drop in there again. That's going to drop in, so Sumner will have a 2-for-2 day. As you can see her over at first base with 2 down. Yeah, they were trying to get the table set with Lincoln for Sumner, and didn't work out. So yes, weather permitting, I've got at least 2 West Rutland games next week. So you see more West Side varsity action on Munger Vision on PEGTV. Now Griswold square shows bunt, and that's going to be off from the catcher's glove, and I don't think it was fouled off. I think Sumner can stay, yeah. Now, they've got the runner down to second. Will they take the bunt off? That's on the infield. That's going to be out of play. That's not on the infield. It's behind the backstop. Boy, shows you how good my eyes are once I look up over the top of the camera and lose the magnification of the lens. Ricky on deck. Griswold struck out in the first. She's getting her second look now at McFetriss. That's got a chance to find a hole in the infield, outfield. That is, it's going to drop in. Sumner held up, and she will just go into third base. Now the ball got away. She's coming home. And I'm waiting for a call, out. So Sumner will get banged up at home base, and she'll get up, and I'll tell you, I'm not sure about that play. I mean, she was definitely out. But Griswold will have a single, go to second on the throw. Sumner will be out at the plate. And 2 down now, and Ricky at the plate for West Rutland. It had been a long time since they've gotten 2 McFetriss's the pitcher, and they would have had second and third with 1 out. But again, you know, there's nothing wrong with being aggressive. You can't criticize being aggressive. And Sumner is pretty fast. She's got good speed. That pitch high and brought back down by Lauren Pratt. Megan Pratt's the center fielder. Lauren Pratt's behind the dish. Ricky's hands just look uncomfortable in her batting position. Almost self-creates a hitch. Her hands are just seem to me to be too far forward in her stance. Watch when the pitch comes. Then she'll bring the bat back, which makes her swing slower because she's going backwards to go forwards. Right, perfect example right there. She didn't swing at it, but I don't know. I just think she looks uncomfortable with her hand positioning. Oh, great pitch. Brattleboro, when I was allowed to do it in high school, I'd see Brattleboro every year. Their coach had all the batters short stroking it. They had to bat already all the way back. So all they do is bring the ball swiftly forward. That's the strikeout. That'll end the inning, and that'll end the threat. We'll stay tied at 1 going into the 5th. So if we start to get into later innings here, that's going to be a foul ball. Boy, she pulled that. And down low, she went down low and got that and pulled it. Foul. Lauren Pratt, Jorah McKinley, then top the order, Miranda Shepard all to up here in the 5th. Scheduled for 7. And like I said, getting a little tense now. In a 1-1 game, the part about being reflective about this game, and even though there's a long way still to go in it, is each team's had chances and they've ran themselves out of innings. And boy, Walczyk will come up with strikeout number 3 in the contest and retire that leadoff batter. McKinley struck out back in the 2nd. So this will be her second look at Walczyk, and that'll bounce in there for a ball. Shepard on deck. Shepard, the leadoff batters, made contact twice against Walczyk. And again, she will be low for a ball. And that West Rutland defense has played very well today. They only have the 1 unofficial error, and that's a strike at the knee. And it does stay the same defensively. Ricky, Hunt, Lincoln, and Garrick on the infield. Walczyk and Sumner, the battery. Johnson, Griswold, and Eddings, the outfield. Oh, great pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts as Walzik fooling him with that low dipping screwball type action. She throws a double knuckle curve. I'm not saying that was it, but had a lot of movement on it. So 2 down. Miranda Shepard up. She's had the first 2 batters out in the last 3 innings. She had a 1-2-3 4th inning, and she seems to have hit stride here. Now, Shepard had a bunt single her first at bat, and that's going to be to Lincoln, looking for another 1-2-3 inning, and she'll get her. So both pitchers in tune now as we go to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1 on Munger Vision. Walzik, Bania, Eddings, the 3-2 up for West Rutland. 9 strikeouts in the contest for the Rochester Rockets pitcher. That's going to be past the pitcher down to second. Mishkit will flip the first and get the out. A little snow cone over at first, but they'll record the out. That was quick. 1 pitch, 1 out. And the first baseman, of course, is Daley Crawley. Mishkit with the 9 strikeouts. Oh, I'm sorry, not Mishkit. Let me correct myself. McFetress with the 9 strikeouts. Whoa, that's helping the pitcher out, going up the ladder like that. Bania, who struck out in the 2nd, swings it 1 over her head here in the 5th. 1-1 the count. Misses outside, not by much. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. There's a defensive change. Peyton Boyer has gone in to play 3rd base now for Rochester. And in case you remember that name from basketball, oh yeah, she was the freshman guard who lit West Rutland up for a ton of points in the playoff game here. And she is the 3rd base now, so good athlete. Boyer at 3rd defensively. Bania waits, Bania swings, and foul ball. Over the backstop, out of play. And on deck is Kayleen Eddings. We're in the bottom of the 5th, scheduled for at least 7. The weird weather, the rain just spraying water of a clear blue sky and the sun goes on and off. I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't like it, but threw the changeup and got her strikeout number 10. And she's had at least 1 strikeout in each inning now. And Eddings, who struck out in the 3rd, stepping up at the plate. They are going to have to stop the full swings against her. They can't catch up. So like from the number 5 batter down, they're going to just start thinking about just for the heck of bunt. Now, the catcher, Pratt, wants to come out and talk to McFetress, whether or not she'd missed a sign or they're thinking about some location issues. Johnson on deck. The meeting's done and we're set to go here. So Eddings, 2-out rally herself, and that'll be low and inside for a ball. Yeah, I don't have my schedule with me, but I know West Rutland Twin Valley is a game next week I have. And she'll work it to a 3-ball count. I believe there's only been 1 walk issued in the ball game by McFetress. That one right there, take it all the way, and we have a full count now. Oh, we don't. We have a 3-1 count. My mistake. And now we have a full count. So Eddings looking at a 3-2 count with 2 down, nobody on. 1-1 to score. Bottom of the 5th. Pitch on the way from McFetress. Pass McFetress down to Mishkit. She'll throw to first. That's the inning. Cruising along is Rochester as we are tied at 1. That should have been the 3rd out. It is. McFetress doesn't want to leave the diamond. Now she gets it. Asia. We'll look at strike 1 from Walzik. Walzik with 4 strikeouts in the ball game. 2 in the 2nd and 2 in the 5th. We're in the 6th. That's going to be to Walzik, and she'll let it go foul. That is officially called foul now by Steve Morrow, as Sumner, the catcher, will pick it up before it had any chance to roll back into fair territory, and everybody will just reset now with 2 strikes on LaBeija. McFetress and then Pratt due up next for Rochester. Been a good one today on Munger Vision. That will be a foul ball. Got some more Proctor baseball action for you. It's Proctor's baseball team, real solid team this year to watch play. Got her looking. 3rd strikeout in an inning and a third, 5 for the ball game. And again, it's so important she gets the leadoff batter out. She's been real consistent about getting, since that first inning, she's done a good job of getting that leadoff batter out. Lincoln, as I was talking, got her terrible camera work, but Lincoln will get it done as, again, I was looking at my book. 2 down, yet again. She'll get the first 2 batters out in the inning. The game started off with Shepard laying down a bunt single. From that point on, Walczyk has retired the leadoff batter, I believe, in every inning. There's a strike called. As she retired Waite in the second. Shepard, Waite again, and she goes through. Yeah, she's done a good job of keeping that leadoff batter out of play here. There's Megan Pratt, center fielder. That's going to be through the legs of Garrick. And with 2 outs, the ball picked up by Eddings, gets it into Lincoln. And again, Rochester's done their damage with 2 down prior in this ball game. See if they can do it again. Alicia Waite up. She is 0 for 2 today. Now, even with 2 down, laying down a bunt's not a terrible idea. That'll be fouled out of play over the backstop and ooh, toward one of the spectators sitting in a chair. You gotta be awake back there. Got to be awake. And that is going to be out of play. Yes, over the dugout down the first base side. Yeah, and Sumner tossed the ball around, backed up by Lincoln. That's a live ball. The runner, I mean, not that she would have gone, but if it gets away, nobody pays attention. You can go on that. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1-1 the score. Top of the 6th. West Rutland in the field, Rochester at the plate, and the runner faked. Pratt faked going down to second. And Sumner will hold, watch her back to first, and then give the ball back to her pitcher, Walczyk. Walczyk looking for strikeout number 6. Gets a strike called there, and yeah, that's it. She has 6 strikeouts to end that threat in the 6th. We're still tied at 1. 9 batter in the order. Emily Johnson supposed to be up there, and West Rutland going to be coming around the top of the order here in the 6th. So in a tie ball game, about where they'd like to be in the order. Johnson struck out. She's only been up once. Struck out in the 3rd. McFetress to the plate. Fouled off the end of the bat, and that is Johnson. I can see her jersey number. 10 strikeouts in the ball game and 5 innings of work for McFetress. She has been in control. The big blow was the 2 out, or the, let's do that again. The big hit was by Sumner, a double that scored Lincoln. That's a ball high and out of the strike zone. McFetress hasn't been shy about throwing that changeup when she's up in the count either. It's been a good out pitch for her. That and the screwball, or the down and in action pitch. Like that right there. That's a foul ball. Johnson just got a piece of it. So she'll stay with those 2 strikes on her. Then try and get the leadoff batter on. That changes strategy tremendously if you get that leadoff batter on. She'll skip back away from that pitch, and they'll make it a 2-2 count. The only defensive change that I've noticed is that Boyer went in to play 3rd last inning. That's where Boyer is now for Rochester. Got her strikeout number 11 on a rise ball. I mean, I gotta be honest, if you want to look at the chances here, West Rutland wants to get the job done here in the bottom of the 6th because they will be through the heart of their order going into the 7th. That's going to be down, and yeah, so Lincoln's going to come on up with the bases empty and 2 outs. Because yeah, they'd like to use Lincoln to set the table for Sumner. So Lincoln has singled after she laid down a bunt and struck out, and she's also scored West Rutland's only run of the ball game. She'll lay off that first pitch as it's low and in the dirt for a ball. Both catchers today, Emily Sumner for West Rutland and Lauren Pratt for Rochester, have done a good job. McFetress in a good duel with Walczyk. And Lincoln, they say they've got it, and they'll run into each other, and they will hold on. Shepard will end up with the ball, and that's it. A 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the 7th, all tied up in West Rutland. Sarah Walczyk with 6 strikeouts has had a strong ball game for West Rutland. She'll start off with the ball there. She's done a good job of getting the leadoff batter out. The leadoff batter, Shepard, got on in the first inning. After that, she really took control of it. This is Mishkit at the plate, and she'll be looking at the ball too. And according to my chart, Walzik was only the one walk, and she doesn't want to walk that leadoff batter here. She's at a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch that was high and on the outside corner, and she'll make it a 2-1 count. So we're in the 7th. We've gone the distance. We are tied at 1 on Munger Vision. That's to Lincoln. She'll scoop, she'll fire, and she'll deliver. So again, Walzik setting down a leadoff batter in the 7th. Daly Crawley up. She has walked and grounded out till Garrick at third. Crawley has also scored Rochester's lone run. And Walzik dropping that in there for a strike. And you don't get too far ahead of yourself as far as thinking what the next order was going to be for West Rutland in the bottom of the 7th. But it's a 1-1 game. There's that one run coming in the 2nd inning. Well, that's going to be a tough play. Garrick will scoop, got a long, hard throw, and no, she'll be... Oh, she'll call her out. Oh, a little home cook in there, and what a stretch by Ricky. On a bang-bang play, they'll get the 2nd out. So Garrick, with a long throw, retires Daly, Crawley, and Lauren Pratt up now. She has singled and struck out. Officially, she's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fair ball. So again, Rochester having the ability to come up with a base hit or get a base runner on with 2 outs. They've done it the whole ball game. Walzik will get 2 down in order and then get into a little trouble. So with Jorah McKinley up, she struck out twice. Actually, it's not McKinley, it's Peyton Boyer. So Boyer now batting for the first time today. She'll put it in play. It's deep in the hole. Goes underneath Lincoln's glove, backed up, and they're going to throw to 2nd, and she's safe. 1st and 2nd on a seeing eye single that just got past the outstretched hands of Lincoln. The go-ahead run at 2nd. Boyer with a base hit. Top of the order, Shepard up. Shepard's made contact all day. Base hit could mean the lead. That's going to be behind Sumner, and big play. Runners move up to 2nd and 3rd on the wild pitch. Well, you got to really buckle down now as far as pitcher-catcher goes. Another wild pitch or pass ball could let the go-ahead run come in without a base hit. Shepard looking to make contact. Will swing through that drop ball, and that'll be swinging strike. 1-1 to count, and it's a tense moment here in West Rutland in a tie ball game in the top of the 7th. Contact made. Griswold coming in. Griswold will make the grab at the top of the knee, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th as Rochester had a chance to take the lead, and good pitching and good defense. West Rutland with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th. Emily Sumner, big bat up in the bottom of the 7th against McFetress. Sumner has had a double that scored the game's only run for West Rutland. Oh, she killed it. She killed that. It's going to roll all the way to the fence, comes off the fence hard. She's going to go into 2nd and be there with a lead-off double for Sumner. She hit that hard to the point where I couldn't make the camera go fast enough to follow it. Okay, so now, with Griswold up, you small ball her to 3rd, and that way a wild pitch or a pass ball could score her. Griswold at the plate, winning run at 2nd base, bottom of the 7th, nobody down. Sumner with decent speed. And McFetress, big swing, no bunt there, that was a full swing. I'll tell you what, Griswold had the pitch she wanted, she just followed it straight back. Ricky on deck. Well, plus if you small ball her to 3rd base, a pop fly or a ground ball can score. There's only 1 out if you small ball her over. High, and a good job by the catcher making the grabs. The ball won't get past her. Sumner will hustle back into 2nd as Lauren Pratt, the catcher. Good play. So McFetress has pitched a gem, but she could be in a position to be losing the ball, and that will drop. While it was in play, the catcher could not locate it, and you're supposed to communicate that to your catcher from the other fielding positions. So 2 strikes on Griswold. No, I'm not criticizing. I'm just giving you my opinion, which doesn't make me right or wrong, or who I'm opinionating right or wrong. On the infield, Shepard, got it. Now there's 1 out. Now if you small ball her to third, you're there with 2 outs. Now I'm just saying, I would have considered strongly bunting her over to third base, set up a wild pitch or a pass ball to score her, or a pop fly or a ground ball. Now Ricky with a runner at second, 1 out. Well, she's trying to bunt her over now. That'll be fouled off for a strike. Sarah Walczyk on deck, 1 out, 1 on, 1-1. In the bottom of the 7th is what's been a dandy of a game. Oh, see how she's pitched? She sees you square to bunt. She's just throwing high and hard. Remember, it's hard to get down a bunt on a rise ball coming at you hard because you just can't get on top of the ball. And you do just like that, you have a tendency to pop them up. 2 strikes. And just missed strike 3. So that'll be a 1-2 count to make Ricky. She has struck out twice, once in the 2nd and once in the 5th. McFetress missed down and inside. She's pitched a little different now that they've taken the bunt off. I mean, could we be looking at extra innings? The windup, the pitch, and she's ran to a full count now. And so Ricky got to be ready with those 2 strikes to be defensive at the plate. McFetress looking for strikeout number 12. And that's going to be down to first base. There's the out, and Sumner will be all the way over at third with 2 down. So a good piece of hitting with 2 strikes by Ricky advances Sumner to third. It's up to Walczyk now. See if she can drive in the winning run and give herself the win in the circle. See a hit like that, if you bunted her over to third last batter, that hit would have scored her from third base. And Walczyk trying to bunt will bunt it foul for strike 1. Yep, 11 strikeouts in the ballgame for McFetress, and she's still in a position to lose the ballgame here in the bottom of the 7th. Been a fun game. Been a real good game today. Boyer in real tight at the corner. This time she brought the bat back, and Sumner will go back to third. Yeah, you don't need a base running error now. 1-1 the count. See if Walczyk goes back to the bunt sign here. Nope. Took the bunt off, and she's down to her last strike. Sumner led this inning off with a double. And a pop up to shortstop, a ground out to first, and we're still tied. That's going to be down to second. Oh, what a hop, and it's going to be a win for West Rutland. Oh, it hit. She's going to get the win. Walczyk had a blessing on that pitch as the run comes in, and that's going to be the ball game. 2-1 West Side will win it in the bottom of the 7th. I don't know why they're on the field still. Yeah, they want her to touch first base, but that should be the ball game. And it is. That's officially the contest. It hit the pitcher's mound and took a bad bounce to Mishkit. And by the time she recovered it, it was too late. Sumner will score, and the winning run driven in by Walczyk. Oh, what a great ball game from West Rutland today. Hope you've enjoyed this one. A blast at-bat win for West Rutland in the top half of a doubleheader. They will defeat Rochester 2-1. Hope you've enjoyed this contest. Get out there and support your student athletes. I'm Jerry Munger. It was a dandy on Munger Vision.